All right. I'm going to try to make like the shortest video of all time. All right. So, I don't remember what I said in my last video. Um what's happening today? Today I'm trying to get ready for going to orientation tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to get an Uber at about noon. I have an appointment at 1 p.m. to pick up a car at Enterprise Rent a Car. I don't know like how strict they are on their appointments. I've never done a rental from Enterprise. I don't really know how any of that works. So like I'm just gonna try to be there early, like I am for any appointment. So if I have a 1 o'clock appointment somewhere, I'm gonna try to be there by 12:45 at the latest. And since I'm gonna have to rely on Uber to get me there, like I could put in a request for an Uber at noon, and maybe they don't pick me up until 12:30 or 12:45. So who knows? I might get there real early for that rental car because like I'm having to depend on somebody else. Every time there's some other like unknown added, I have to account for extra time for that. I'm just the like I don't like being late for anything. Anyway, so all this crap on my bed is like my shower bag, my laptop bag. My laptop isn't in it, of course, because I'm recording on it. It's in front of me right now. This keyboard that's hooked up to it. This is my one of my SteelSeries. It's not my nice one on my main computer. And then I have my mouse. I plan on taking the keyboard and mouse, and there's a like a fan thing that the laptop sets on, and then there's another fan that goes on the side. I have a couple of fan accessories for it. So all of the laptop junk and this headset, I plan on taking this headset with me as well, is that's some of the stuff I'm packing up. My pillows already. I buy extras every time I buy something, so I had pillows sitting up in one of my closets, and so I'm only going to take one of my pillows. When I get my own truck, I'm going to have two pillows in there, or at least. But on the trainer truck, I'm only going to take one pillow with me. But just taking that pillow and this comforter back here, and I'm only going to take one set of sheets. I bought two sets of sheets. When I get my own truck, I'm going to have a spare set of sheets there. But I'm going to try not to take extra stuff with me on the trainer truck, because that's their home. Even if that's not their primary residence, even if they have a real house somewhere, that's still their home away from home. And they're the ones that are living in that before I get there and after I leave. And some people can be very particular about their, house. So I've heard stories of trainers just losing their mind whenever a student starts heading to their trucks with a whole bunch of bags. They're like, I don't have that much room on my truck. So I'm trying to keep it as minimal as possible, but at the same time, the checklist they sent to me is a pretty big checklist of stuff they expect me to bring. Like, this is new hire, orientation. I'm going to have to bring a bunch of, like, important documents with me that you don't normally tote around with you every day. Like, I have to bring secondary forms of identification and stuff like that. So I'm bringing my my important document bag that has all my important documents in it, because I don't know if they're going to ask for my certificate from the CDL school, even though I've scanned it and sent them an email with that. I don't know if they're going to ask to see it when I get there. So that and my loan paperwork, I know they're going to ask to see my loan paperwork because I'm going to sign up to get reimbursed for my CDL school. All that stuff's in my important document bag. So that is a bag I'm going to take with me. I think I'm going to take a total of 4, maybe even 5 bags with me, because I have my shower bag, which I'm going to stick this into my duffel bag. I have a big duffel bag that's probably like, which direction? It's that direction. It's probably like 3 feet long, and it's a pretty like big around bag. I can probably squeeze my comforter, my pillow, and this bag into my duffel bag. And this is my sleeping bag. Bags upon bags upon bags. This is my little sleeping bag. It's not really meant to be like the thing that I sleep in. I mainly got it in case we do some kind of team driving, which I've been told that it is against their policy to do team driving. The trainer is not allowed to drive, or the trainer is not allowed to sleep while I drive. But it may be possible that I can sleep while the trainer drives. If we're going to be slip seating the bottom bunk, then a sleeping bag like this is really nice. Because this is, I already had a sleeping bag, but it's one of those mummy sleeping bags. This one is a square sleeping bag. And the reason these square sleeping bags are really good whenever you're slip seating the bottom bunk, doing team driving, is because you can just roll up your sheets and stuff in this sleeping bag. So this will act as your like bedding material below you, and then you'll have your sheet on top of it, and then your comforter, and you just plop that down on top of their stuff, and you take their pillow, throw it up top, and you put your pillow down bottom. So you're not sleeping, you're not actually touching any of their bedding material. You're sleeping on top of it, and there's that sleeping bag in between you and it. And then whenever you're done, you just roll it up, put it up on the top bunk, take their pillow, put it back down on bottom, and you don't have to be ripping bedding material off and putting bedding material on or sharing bedding material. I don't want to share a bed with somebody in one of these trucks. I don't want to share the bed with the trainer. So that's the reason I got this sleeping bag, was just in case we are sharing the bottom bunk doing some form of team driving. A sleeping bag like that makes it a lot easier. Got my clipboard, my Yeti mug with this is the attachment that I got for it. It's got a straw that goes down. The Yeti mug, whenever you buy it, it's inexpensive. It's like $30 or $40 for the mug, and then it's like $15, $13 to $15, $12 to $15 for this, for almost any attachment. You choose which one. It only comes with a cap, just a seal, basically. That's what it comes standard with, and then you buy whatever attachment that you want with it. It feels like it's really well constructed. I've never used it. I just bought it, washed it, and there it is. I've never used it. Yeah, and laundry just finished. So here's my this is my dirty clothes bag. What is it called? A hamper? Or I forgot what it's called. But it's basically just a bag for my dirty clothes. Yeah, I need to finish packing this stuff up, and I got some firewood I need to finish burning. I'm almost finished, like, getting rid of that spider nest on my back porch. I had like four ricks of firewood on my back porch, and I've been burning it for the last couple of weeks. I've been burning it pretty much non-stop since yesterday afternoon, and it's been around 60 degrees yesterday and today. My neighbors are probably like, why is he burning a fire? It's like t-shirt weather outside. But I've almost got it all burned up. I have like maybe one or two things of firewood left. I could like fill up the fireplace twice and it'll be all gone. Yeah. So we're at about 10 minutes. It's gonna be the shortest video ever. I'm just wrapping up stuff. I'm kind of mad at myself for not getting more of this done ahead of time. There was a bunch of stuff that I was running around doing last minute. Like I put down weed and feed yesterday afternoon. I ran to Home Depot today and got some bolts to fix an anchor issue with my gate on my fence. the mount point for the anchor that keeps the gate from swinging in the wind. The wind over the last couple of years has basically pulled it almost completely off, so I went and got some bolts and reattached it better with some bolts, nuts, and washers. But I'm deciding what to take with me. I'm trying to take as little as possible, but I'm also not wanting to forget anything that I'm going to need. And it looks like I'm going to end up taking a bunch of crap with me, because they have a list. The list they gave me, it says to bring 10 days, at least 10 days worth of clothes with you, is what it says to bring. So that's, I don't have 10 days worth of clothes. I can't pack that much stuff. I don't have it. I have something like 10 to 12 normal shirts. Like, I have different clothes. I have clothes that I wear around the house. Like this shirt right here. This is not something I would ever wear outside, like going to work or anything. This is something that I would wear if I'm doing lawn work or if I'm just lounging around the house. I have I don't know how many of these shirts I have. I have like 5 of them. And then I have a bunch of sweatpants that I wear around the house. So my clothes that I wear like to work or outside, I have like 7 pair of jeans, and I have, I think, 10 t-shirts. And then my lounging around the house stuff, I packed 2 sweatpants and 2 of these shirts for when I'm going to be lounging around inside the truck. I don't want to lounge around in jeans in the bed. Like if I'm going to be laying in the bed on a 34-hour restart or something like that, then, you know, playing on my computer or something, then I'm going to be wearing my sweatpants and t-shirt. I'm not going to be, you know, going commando and, you know, just going all naked and everything in a trainer truck. Nobody wants to see that. So I'm going to have my lounging around stuff. Plus, I don't think it's a very good idea to just be naked hanging out in one of these trucks, because anything can happen at any time, and you may need to jump out of the truck like at a moment's notice. Yeah. Don't make a bad situation worse. But yeah, I'm right now I'm trying to decide what all to bring. I'm gonna pack all of my stuff in the bags and see how much room I've got, and that's gonna determine like whether or not I bring. These are things that I bought for trucking. These are work lights they have rechargeable batteries that can be recharged through these USB cables, or they can take AA batteries. But they have these little stands where you can just plop them down like on the ground somewhere, and they're really good for like backing into a dark spot. So if you're parking, you know, at 1 a.m. at a truck stop, what I used to do last time I drove truck was, you can see this flashlight behind me. I don't think it's a mag light, but I had a flashlight like that last time I was driving, and oh my goodness. Wow, you probably saw more of my butt than you wanted to ever see. This is a Coleman, it looks like. I might bring this with me. But last time I was driving, I had one of these, and what I would do is I would take it and turn it on and set it on the ground, pointed down the line of where I was on my driver's side of what I was trying to back into, and it would help me. And then once I got into the spot, I would take it and I would put it down at the back and turn it sideways at the line that I wanted to stop at, so that I could tell when my trailer got to the spot that I wanted to stop at, so I wouldn't like run into somebody's trailer that was behind me. But you know, those parking spots at the truck stops are really, really tight. So these should work better. But if I have enough room, I'll pack them. If not, then most of this stuff that I bought could be used whenever I get my own truck. Hopefully, the trainer that I get on with has like the basics needed, to drive one of these trucks around. There's a lot of little things you need, like wire clippers to cut seals, flashlights, all kinds of stuff. My rubber suit. That's something I've got to decide whether or not I'm going to take it. If I've got enough room, I'm going to take my rubber suit, because there may be scenarios where we may need to chain or something like that. And that rubber suit is like a necessity if you're chaining, because standing out in rain or snow for long periods of time, you will just get soaking wet. And you're talking about, if you're in snow and you're chaining, you're talking about below freezing temperatures. You could, like, that could cause some serious issues. And I bought that rubber suit because of chaining, basically. Because I chained without a rubber suit and I got soaked. And it was miserable. And then I bought that rubber suit, and chaining was not a problem at all. Once I get in the truck, I just take that rubber suit off, and I typically put it in the passenger floorboard so that I didn't get everything soaking wet, everywhere else. And it's just made a world of difference. But I'm going to pack as much as I can. I have a much smaller flashlight right there. And I may take that one instead of this one. I may wait and take this one with me when I get my own truck. What I really like about my flashlights is I don't want to have, 100 different types of batteries. This thing uses AA's. It's a big flashlight, but it uses like 6 AA batteries. I try to keep all my flashlights on either AA or AAA. Those are the only 2 batteries that I buy. Everything I have operates on AA or AAA. Like these things have big rechargeable batteries in the back of them that are they're probably some weird battery size, but if you notice in the other direction, it has slots to put in AA batteries. So you can pop those rechargeables out and put in AA's if you need to. So anyway, I'm just going to keep rambling on. I'm going to pack up what I need, try to double check what I need, and then I'm going to add what I can to it to supplement it a little bit. But anyway, we'll keep this video fairly short, 18 minutes. I was hoping it'd be 10, but we're good. So that's what I'm doing tonight. I'm going to try to be in bed by 10 p.m. tonight, get up probably about 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. I don't want to mess up my sleep schedule too much, because I'm going to be getting up at about the shuttle picks us up at 6:30 for orientation. So I'm the type of person that I get everywhere. I'm early. I'm always going to be early. You tell me to get there at 6:30, I'm going to be there at either 6 or 6:15. So I'm probably going to get up at 5 a.m. For orientation. So I don't want to throw off my sleep schedule too much. I need to be able to go to sleep by about 9 p.m. tomorrow night. So I'm going to get up at like 7, 8 a.m. tomorrow. I'm going to try not to oversleep too much. And then I'm going to probably Uber to the airport at about 11:30. My appointment is not until 1 at Enterprise, and I don't know how the appointments, like how strict they are on the appointment times at Enterprise, because I've never done Enterprise rent-a-car. I don't know if I've ever rented a car before. I think I've had a loaner car from like a shop working on my car, but I don't know if I've ever rented a car. I don't remember ever renting a car. I don't know how car rentals work. So I'm gonna have to depend on the Uber. Like, I'm gonna put in for an Uber at 11:30, and if they show up at 11:35, then I'm gonna get there early. If the Uber doesn't show up until 12:15, then I'll probably get there on time, but I'm not going to risk waiting until like noon or 12:15 to request an Uber and then wait around for 45 minutes for one to show up, and then I miss my appointment or something. I don't know how the appointments work. I'm going to be early for the appointment. So, and I've been sitting here debating on whether I'm going to pick up the car at the airport and then drive it back to my house, load it up, and then leave from my house, or just take all of my crap with me in the Uber and then leave straight from the airport and go to Arkansas. And from what I've been thinking, the only thing that I'm going to be doing when I come back to the house is loading stuff up. And the place, like I-40, is the interstate that I get on to head to Arkansas. The airport's about 5 miles south of I-40. And I live about 15 miles north of I-40, 12 to 15 miles. So I'm going to have to drive another like 12 to 15 miles north and then backtrack another 12 to 15 miles back down there. So it's going to be like 30 to 40 minutes of driving extra that's completely unnecessary. So I'm pretty sure I'm just going to take my stuff with me and leave straight from the Enterprise and rent a car place at the airport to go to Arkansas. So, yeah, I pretty much made up my mind on that. All right, now we're at 21 minutes. I'm going to keep rambling. All right, we'll stop the video there. That's all I'm doing is packing tonight. I hope to have everything done tonight to where I don't really have to do anything tomorrow except sit here and think about anything I've forgotten. And then, of course, take off about 11:30 to go pick up the rent-a-car and then, go to Arkansas. But I'll probably make a video when I get in the hotel tomorrow night because I'm going to be sitting there bored. And if I leave at about 1 o'clock, it's about 3 hours to get there. And so I'm going to go to the hotel, drop my stuff off, then drive somewhere to fill up the car with gas. Then I have to drive the car to the Enterprise place at the airport and drop it off. Then I have to call a cab and come back to the hotel. So 3 hours approximately to get there. And then another 1 to 2 hours of driving to the airport, filling up with gas, and getting a cab back to the hotel. That I think the rest of that should take, I don't know how far the airport is away from the hotel. But the hotel's in Van Buren, the airport's in Fort Smith. Van Buren and Fort Smith are very close to each other, but I don't know how, like, it might be 40 miles. I have no idea. I hope it's not that far. I hope it's not very far at all from the hotel to the airport in Fort Smith. I should probably look that up. I'm going to actually look that up after I get off here. But I'm going to go ahead and stop the video there. And I'll probably make a video tomorrow afternoon. Because, 3 hours to get there, an additional 2 hours. So if I leave by 1, that's 5 hours total. I will be there by 6 p.m. I want to be asleep by about 9 p.m. So that still gives me 3 hours to kill once I get there. So I'll probably make a video once I get there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.